So, Ranjan sir, my next question is to you, and an equally tough one. You worked through a major personal crisis. You were attending SOS calls from across the country as a volunteer for the India Shield chatbot. Now, obviously there was this completely overwhelming sense of just being helpless in this face of the scale of this pandemic, which we haven't really spoken about much, but just being helpless in the face of this has caused so many breakdowns amongst the many people who volunteered during the second wave, hasn't it? And what I want to ask you really is, at what point does someone like you and your volunteers, at what point does it not become a personal about you anymore and it's just about the people that you're helping? What is that one thing that it takes for you to make that shift?
Thank you. Dilen ji ki baatein just took me back to that time, and it has become suddenly so difficult to remember all of it and go through it again. I joined into volunteering after a group of strangers in a movie WhatsApp group helped me to find oxygen cylinder for someone I knew. And while I was extremely thankful to the group, it was then when I fully understood the chaos and the pressure there, and the collective passion of absolute strangers coming together to support one life.
Right.
And it made me want to be available for others, and I'm sure that's true for so many volunteers out there. We would see helplessness everywhere. The frontline health workers have been living those moments every second of the day, and their families were in distress, and it only felt right to do your bit. But it was very difficult. It is something that it isn't something that you were used to do or had planned to do ever. I was working with a team of 50 volunteers in the southern part of India for India Shield, and all of us were working restlessly for families to find beds, ICUs, oxygen cylinders, plasma, ambulances, medicines, and most importantly, give them one tiny ray of hope that we will be able to come with help for you. However, it would also mean witnessing deaths and the despairing families. How do you forget a loss and continue with giving new hope and taking up numerous more cases day in and day out? Many of us would also get attached to the families going through the issue, and it was a race against time all the time. And to answer your question, it just takes me back to that time when I remember a mother of a 21-year-old boy battling COVID in advanced stages, screaming at me, "Ki Ranjan, kya kar rahe ho yaar? Kab milega injection?" Or while speaking to a helpline where I had to find 2 ICUs for 2 patients of mine, and I was asked to select one patient only because there was one bed available, a bed that I was trying, I think for 2 days I had been calling non-stop. How do you decide? Or a hospital staff reaching out to us saying that they have ran out of oxygen and need 77 oxygen cylinders by evening, otherwise they will lose a lot of patients, many of whom were under 30 years old. And it's a very complicated emotional landscape where you experience high level of distress and helplessness for every life lost, but also there's high level of satisfaction for even one life saved.
Yeah, and no time to grieve. I mean, you don't have the time to grieve, and you just move on from one loss to the other, which is challenging.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the breaking point in my case came when I got a call that we have lost a family member. I had lost a family member to COVID, and at that very moment, I got a call from one of the patient's family members who was hospital hopping to find a bed the entire day. Again, screaming at me, saying कि मैं अपने mother को hospital के बाहर लेके खड़ा हूँ. I will lose her if you don't help me. And he lost her eventually. And at that point in time, it became so difficult for me to continue. Even now, I have those voices playing in my mind. And I was at it 24/7. Family had taken a backseat. Our own mental and physical health was the priority. My team would talk about taking frequent breaks, but there was no time. We would take a break, then get a call from someone like 2-3 a.m. in the morning and be back at it. All we cared about was, can I save one more family. And, there was no time to rest. And
thank you, Ranjan. It was, I think, putting your grief aside, putting your family aside, you've done a lot for the country at this time. Thank you.